Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Chris.
And our topic was change management, and I think there's a lot of different ideas for change management, so we'll just start. This is our perception of change management. So I left Sysco one day thinking, okay, I've got to give a talk on change management. What am I going to talk about? I'm driving down the freeway and I see a bumper sticker, and the bumper sticker says, "Be the change." And I'm thinking to myself, be the change. That's really a good topic for it. So be the change really means if people see the change in you and they like the change in you, they're more likely to follow what you do. And I thought about what was an impactful and powerful change that, story-wise, that I knew about. And first thing that came to me was a story in the Bible. You got Jesus going to 12 different people, which are his disciples, 12 different people, and he went up to them and he said, I want you to drop what you're doing, drop your lifestyles, drop everything that's going on, and I want you to follow me. And why did they do what he wanted? Why did they follow him? Because they saw that he was changing the world and he was changing things, and they wanted to be a part of that. So that was a very powerful story to me. And then I thought, well, what's my story? So I'll get a little personal here. In 1977, I went into the military. I got stationed in Alaska. The day I got into the military, a guy comes across from my barracks into my room and asked me if I wanted to do some drugs with him. And I said yes. Okay? I got hung up in drugs. In 1978, 1 year later, Thanksgiving Day, I'm going skiing at Alyeska, and I get in a head-on accident, and I'm about killed. It was about, it was Thanksgiving Day, November, December, so less than about 3 weeks later, pastor calls me down to the office and says, hey, I got some bad news for you. Your brother was just killed in a car wreck. I saw at that point that major change needed to go on in my life. And basically you have two paths you want to go down. You go down the path that takes you to good, you go down the path that takes you to not so good. So at that point I had a major mind shift. I got to change my life and what I'm doing. And I said, when I get out of the military, I'm going to go home, I'm going to find a great job, I'm going to find a great woman. And I had it all set up. I got out of the military on a Friday, on a Friday, and on a Monday I started with a new job. That company I was with for 20 years. A couple of months after I got out, I found a good woman, and to this day I've been married to that woman for 36 years. So change makes you better for what you do. So there's three questions that you should talk about change. Realize that change is necessary. Like I said, there's two paths that you can go down. One takes you the right way, one takes you to the wrong way. It's your choice. In change, you need to involve a team. I don't know if you've ever heard the story that you become who you hang with, or you hang with the wrong people, you become wrong. You hang with the right people, you become good. So you got to surround yourself with the right people in your life. And then once you do that, success will start coming in your life, and you get to start celebrating in your life. So that's what change management meant to me.
Great. Thank you, Steve. Isn't it an amazing story that Steve has experienced that's made change in his life, a personal experience? Some of you might know the story or the movie Alice in Wonderland. As you remember, Alice was going into the woods, and she came up to a crossroads where she had to choose which path she should go. She came across Cheshire the cat and asked the cat, which path should I follow? Which path should I take? And he said, the cat responded back to her saying, depends on where you want to go. And if you don't know where you want to go, it doesn't matter which path you go. So everyone here has a path. We're all here trying to decide, trying to choose what is the best path. Where do we want it to be? Do we know where we want to go? Do we have a vision of the big picture? Do we understand, what I'm thinking is, if I understand the big picture, if I know what I really want to go or where I want to be, then it makes sense to me, and I can make those goals, I can make those steps then to reach that big goal. So last year we had the theme, or our thing was 6 and 16, right? So who knows what this next year is? I'm gonna pick on upper management here. Who's the district manager here? Nate, what's next year's?
Rise to the challenge.
Rise to the challenge.
Some brilliant guy thought of that.
Some brilliant guy. So rise to the challenge. So we all have this vision. So we have this big picture. Now we have to make choices. We have to make those decisions on where we're going to go, and that's the change. It's interesting, as I was thinking about this, and as we were just going through our presentations, that we got chose last. Change, as I've listened to every one of your presentations with employee engagement, persuasiveness, leadership, time management, millennial, strategic leadership. Each one of these categories fits right into what we're talking about as change. Every one of those situations and your principles that you taught takes change for us to do. And we have to make those changes, and we have to follow those principles. I thought there were some great principles that we need to implement and to put into our lives that we can make that change. Another thought process that I was thinking of is the theory of the good, better, and best. We all have these decisions, these choices that we make. Some of them are good, some of them might be a little bit better, but our ultimate goal is to make the best choice, right? That's what we want. We're all here. We're not here by accident. We're all here because we want to make a change in our lives. We're the cream of the crop. We are the top of our company right here. We have selected that we want to make changes in our lives. We want to make these decisions that will help us grow, to help us to become the best. We could make decisions and just be good, and we can survive, maybe. That's debatable, right? But as we make these choices and make these decisions and put ourselves in situations that will help us, that we can be the best. And it's just an amazing theory that we have. Change is constant. That's the one thing that we know is stable, right? Every day is going to be a new day, and change is going to happen. I woke up this morning, said, okay, what am I going to wear? What suit am I going to put on today? We make those decisions of our spouses, our family, our jobs, our customers. What are we going to do different today that's going to make us grow? Change is evolving. It happens all the time. And it goes from day to day, week to week, hour to hour sometimes. We get faced with different obstacles that come to us, and we have to then make a decision. Is it good, better, or best decision? Good, better, or best. Never let it rest until the good gets better and the better gets best. Be the change. Thank you very much.